This is ESBR Boxing. Delighted, as always, to be joined by Queensberry's Dev Sahni. Dev, thanks for your time. I know you've done a lot of these interviews. Wanted to ask you this for a little while. You've got quite a varied role now at Queensberry, whether it's emceeing at York Hall, hosting press conferences, doing commentary, other things as well, I'm sure. What are you enjoying most at the moment about your role?
Nice to see you again. What am I enjoying the most? I'm enjoying the press conferences. I like hosting those, and especially the big ones. It's quite a cool feeling. Like there's been some big ones I've been lucky enough to host. I enjoy that. I've started doing a bit of commentary. I've done like a handful of fights. I'll be doing one fight on Saturday on the Queensberry stream, and that's something I find quite hard, but I'm really enjoying it. It's the most rewarding thing, being able to kind of place your words on a little moment. I really enjoyed that. I think I can find good words every now and again and speak with enough passion. So I'd probably like to do a little bit more of that. I'm probably going to try more and more of that. But good question. I do enjoy that.
I was generally interested to know, because I see you emceeing at York Hall and doing other things as well. So it was always interested to know personally. Touching on the event on Saturday, packed card. We're not going to go through the entire card because we'll probably get kicked out, so we've not got enough time. But do you think Nathan Heaney, Brad Pauls is the standout fight? It's the main event. Nathan Heaney sold all those tickets. Do you think that fight's going to have the most eyes on it compared to the rest of them?
I think they're all standout fights. I think Frank explained it quite well, as you'd expect. But every fight has like a storyline. Every fight has something going for it. There's no real gimmies on there. I think the closest you'd say to a gimme, and it's not, but the closest you'd say is probably like Joe Joyce against Cash Ali, just because Joe Joyce has boxed at another level and Cash Ali hasn't been at that level. But then you've got people in boxing like Andy Lee saying it's a proper fight for Joe Joyce. It's a fight that he could lose. So with Andy Lee's opinion in mind, they're actually all very, very good, close, competitive fights. So I'm not sure which one's going to steal the show, to be honest with you.
Just got one more question about the show, Dev. Dennis McCann and Liam Davis both on the show. I feel like they've both been asked about them possibly fighting each other. Don't feel like either of them want to say too much, but do you think it's a possibility that the two of them could face each other next in the summer if they both win on Saturday?
I don't know about next. I think it's inevitable that they fight if they both, particularly if Dennis keeps winning. Well, actually, no, if they both keep winning. I think right now Liam's competing at the higher level. Obviously, he's got the IBO world title on the line on Saturday. It feels inevitable that they will fight one day. So, hopefully. It's one of the biggest fights that could be made in this country right now. Good needle between them, and also sort of good humoured needle between them. It would be a bigger. But, look, Dennis McCann's got Brad Strand in front of him, right? And I think Brad Strand is in that same position that Nick Ball was in. Nick Ball had flown under the radar, and then someone picked him for a fight, and they picked the wrong guy. Isaac Lowe picked Nick Ball, and Nick Ball stopped Isaac Lowe, and he made a statement. He took his opportunity. Brad Strand feels like this is his opportunity, so let's see.
Obviously, see what happens on Saturday night. Imagine we could get one upset or two. Just want to touch on last Friday, obviously massive event in Saudi. Sorry to kick things off on a negative note. A lot of people are moaning about the fact the main event starts at 12:30. Obviously, this isn't your fault, but I just wanted to get your comment on why the main event started so late. Obviously, it was 3:30 in the morning in Saudi, and is anything going to be done to stop that happening in the future?
I mean, I don't know about that, but look, normally when we get big fights like this, it's normally 5 o'clock in the morning from Las Vegas. So I don't people find anything to moan about. I think we should just be happy that we are getting these fights, and if it's a bit late for you, just press record and watch it, or have a coffee or something like that. It's really not that bad. Look, if you're a proper boxing fan from over the last few years, you'll know that you normally have to set your alarm for these fights, or you'd pull an all-nighter. 12:30 is nothing, and it was a great night of boxing.
Fantastic stuff. Just wanted to touch on Joshua's performance. A lot of people saying that the old Joshua is back. A lot of people are now picking him to beat Tyson Fury if that fight ever does happen. Hopefully it does. Just thoughts on those comments. Some people might say it's a bit of an overreaction considering he's beaten someone who's not actually a boxer. Joshua arguably hasn't beaten a top 10 heavyweight since the end of 2020 against Prubak Pulev. Can I just get your say on those comments, Dev?
I just think the landscape keeps changing every time there's a big show in Riyadh. We all come back speaking about something crazy that's happened, right? Joshua with a win over Ngannou, an emphatic win like that, is a great statement. But if Tyson Fury then beats Alexander Usyk, a guy that's beaten Joshua twice, it's a bigger statement. So I would say let's reserve judgment until we see what happens with Fury Usyk before we, fully commit to a pick. But it's great that people are talking about these big fights. Hopefully we see them all. This version of Anthony Joshua looks to be the best version yet from everything that I'm seeing, and the camp around him, they seem in a very, very good place. So he's a problem for anyone.
Dev Sahni, thank you very much for your time. We'll speak to you on Saturday.
No worries. See you then.
Thanks,
All right, mate.
Appreciate it, mate. Cheers.